pretty good, guys. It feels pretty good. First group's just winding up. They're getting out of here this morning. It's raining at Mount Dare. We've got a couple of people in the next group here. We've got some out at Colgra. The rain's getting heavier and it's going to bucket down tomorrow. These roads, we reckon, are going to be shut, and they could be shut for some period of time. We need to get out of here, so we're just going to pack up real quick. Got to change a bloody tyre and hit the road. It's going to be a wet, sloppy drive out of here, but I've got to go this morning or the road's going to be shut both ways. Not going to be able to get out of Mount Dare at all, and people aren't going to be able to come to us. So yeah, another trip about to start and just hectic. All right. You don't see this very often. We are legging it out of Mount Dare to Colgra. We're going to meet the rest of the group and make a plan. It's wet and slippery, and we've got potentially another 30 odd to come. And this road's going to be closed. The road past the has to be closed. So anyway, we'll get out here. First, it's going to be a good 4 hours drive, I reckon. It's about 250 k's. It's slow going. But anyway, it is absolutely stunning to see this much water on this country. Absolutely beautiful. No, you're good. Come through. Come through.
Just slow them down and let Doug go through.
Stay to the right, Doug, as high as you can.
Right, we are covering 2 campers.
It's times like these I wish we did have a film crew. We've always been doing a bit of filming this trip, but the last hour or so has been way too hectic for that. We've just been, cars have been bogged in bloody mud pits. We've snapped a winch extension. I've run out 100 metres of extension, done massive snatches. Maxtrax, about 12 of them out. And now we're just going to clean everything up. We're a bit of a mess in here. Yeah. The inside of the car's no better, really. Shocking. Oh, there's some of the recovery gear we had out. Yeah. And a car boot full of stuff, winches. Oh, there's the boss over there getting the other snatchy off his car. Soft shackles too, guys. It's the way to go. Got to get the good gear. Is that fun, Crawls, or what?
Always, mate. Always having fun. I'm drenched. Nothing.
You know you're alive, don't you?
I'm alive. That's the main thing.
Feels good.
Mr. Happy.
Right, so far.
Yeah, it feels pretty good, guys. It feels pretty good.
Just wait.
Just maybe wait. It looks like I can sort of see the end, so just hang 5. Yeah, no, come on through, guys. I'll just high second, about 1900 revs, and I'm sort of up on the dry. I'm up on the dry side now. It's pretty shallow. I was basically in the middle, and yeah, felt alright. Feels good. Oh mate, we've been swimming.
Oh no! Oh no! No!
I'm gonna park in the puddle. What's he doing?
The gate is not cooperating. Trent, you just have to move up a bit.
Ah. He has to stand in the rain now.
Yeah, the left-hand one's trying to swing shut.
Okay. There? The day eventually turned into night. It's just been the longest, coldest, most crazy day coming out of Mount Dare. 100 mils in 24 hours they had. It was just really hectic and not something that's really cool or that you really want to go out and do, but when you find yourself in those situations, you've just got to deal with it and get through. Eventually we did, and it was just the best.
Making it. Haven't made it yet, but we will.
So close we can taste it.
Oh, I've got one bar.
I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me anxiety. It was so good to meet the rest of the group. We took another day in Colgra to clean up a bit and defrost and put together a bit of a mystery tour because all the roads were shut and there was no certainty. It was very, very difficult to plan, but nearly everybody in the group decided to stick with us, and I'm so glad they did because it really ended up being one of the most epic trips of the year. So good. Alright, well, we're not going to the desert. It's flooded, everywhere's flooded. Trying to go up and see mates of ours, Peter and Michelle Eichen, that are running Kings Creek Station. And most of the guys have decided to stay with us, so we're going to make it the best possible trip that we can make it. We've got a bit of a plan, we've got backup plans, and we've also got winging it, which we're good at winging it. So that's what we're doing. We've got 6 vehicles with 6 Aussie-made camper trailers. And we're going to go make the absolute most of it. So, here we go. I just done a little mercy dash to Alice Springs after the water run the other day and the Toyota with all its stupid wheels out of whatever. Anyway, the rear brakes, disc pads completely shot really bad. Transfer case was full of water after the bloody run we did. Needed a service as well, so give these boys a call in Alice Springs. Outback Mechanical, Northern Territory. Got in here. Did the rotors, did the pads, gave it a full service, did a rear diff seal in it for us, did the transfer case oil, cleaned the bloody reusable filter, and mate, absolute, well priced, great service. So if you're in Alice Springs, need some mechanical work done, give these boys a call. Alright, that's enough of the plugs, Mooney. Now we're headed out to the East Macdonnell Ranges, and the scenery was amazing. Look how green it is. Everywhere we went was just so green and beautiful. Just magic, and not something that you see very often. A lot of history out here, including Central Australia's first major settlement being Altunga, which is worth a visit. Central Australia's first major settlement. I'll go in. Let me in with him. Have a mate with you. Hold on, mate. Stop. Fossil. Okay, just go. There you are. On another mission. Where are we? East Macdonnell Ranges.
Ross River.
Ross River we stayed at. Decided to grow a bit of a dirty Sanchez. This drive though out here, absolutely stunning. Holy crap, look at all the ants on my feet. Oh, get off.
No, don't tell us.
More brake pads. So every vehicle's brake pads have just been shot from the water and the mud. So back to Alice now. Definitely the trip has not gone quite to plan. Okay. Righto. Is it far from here? This is a cracking bar. Look at this joint. Righto. Get yourself a beer or wine or rum or whatever you want.
3 of those.
Beauty.
3 cc's.
Oh yeah, you're a beauty.
We used to own a couple of bigger, larger properties up north, and we just wanted to sort of slow down a bit. We're enjoying it.
Yeah, mate, we're roughing it. Little pool, East Macdonnell Ranges. Where are we?
Hale River.
Hale River Homestead. Epic. Container pool, hot, no flies. Just beautiful, absolutely perfect. Yeah, it's not the remote wild bush, but it's pretty bloody good. Are you happy? Right, are you all very pleased with your cars over there, are you? Yeah? Shall we get in and drive them? Righto. Let's go. Aside from the container pool and its obvious advantages at Hale River Homestead and the amazing bar, you've got to do the farm tour there if you get the chance. It's actually an incredible property. It's really small, but the technology and what's going on there is really, really unique.
Bruce.
Righto, where are you putting it? Might not even fit, mate.
No, I won't fit either.
You don't have to whip the tow bar out.
I need your thing back.
This is a fairly safe way of doing a recovery, but you've got to be careful that you don't bend the pin, because that's bad.
What are you doing, Trent?
Well, it's pretty hot, and the old 70s don't have the best air conditioning. Anyway, the cabin filter is just this piece of mesh. Anyway, but behind there, and if you remove the motor, under there and around a corner is the condenser for the AC, which is like just the radiator. And I think what happens is the condenser gets wet, like moisture builds up and the dust goes through, and then it just fills up with mud. You can check this out. See if I can show you this, like in the shadow there. So that there is the little radiator just caked in mud. Now, you don't want to scrape it too hard because you'll damage the fins, so use a bit of degreaser, engine brake cleaner, and water, and just slowly getting it out. And it's coming along pretty good, as you can see, so that's what we're doing. So there you go. If you've got a 70, and probably any other car, I suppose, I don't really know, but if you've got a 70, man, that is a good little, what do you call it, little hack there for your 70. So there you go.
Clean your aircon.
Clean your aircon radiator out.
Glam tour. Swing south. They reckon their only hope for them to not go south.
Man, I can't believe how green it is. I don't think I may never see this again in our lives. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Heading down Bin's track. I'm going to head all the way to Old Andado. Probably get there tomorrow. But for now, just going to take in this beautiful green scenery, mate. It's absolutely stunning. After heading south from the eastern Macdonnell Ranges, you break away into gibber country. Massive, massive rock plains with a nice green, fresh growth over them. Big, big parallel sand dune to the right. And off to the left, the Simpson Desert far away off in the distance and 1,000 more sand dunes. Absolutely stunning country out here after travelling from Colgra, the western max, across to the eastern max. Now, finally with some roads open, we can head down to Old Andado station and essentially touch part of the Simpson Desert, which is part of the original itinerary and something we were so happy to be able to do. We'd been having our dramas and the scenery was short-lived after all the oil fell out of my transfer case. Man, so lucky. So lucky. We just stopped at the right time, I think. The buddy, I got the transfer case oil done the other day and it was good on them for doing it, but then obviously I didn't do the drain plug up hard enough and just stopped and oil was pouring out and the little sump plug was still on the bash plate. Unbelievable. Someone's looking down on me. This is
That's a good idea.
yeah, the diff and rear axle is pretty rust proof now.
You got enough oil?
Yeah, I think Shane's got us covered, mate.
Another litre there if you need. I've probably got some as well. I've got some oil, Fred.
I like Shane's oil here. Shane's got the good oil, mate. Yeah, so Shane's got these little nifty packs. Good. Easy to get in there. The hose. Now, Penrite, they have a similar thing. This thing comes out, but it won't be as long as that. So I'm going with the easiest option here, which is this one.
I'm always worried it's going to burst. Mate, you getting it in?
Yep.
It'll probably take half of that.
Yeah.
How did you find out that it was?
Well, Ben was driving, and the first thing was, we're just driving, and I was like, geez, how fast are we going? I look over, I'm like, we're doing 70 or 80. I was like, mate, how about a bit of fifth gear? So we got fifth gear, and I sort of still heard, and I was like, man, let's just stop, I'll get a drone. And I stopped and just saw oil pouring out on the ground. All done. I'd had a bit of a trick up my sleeve and a surprise for the group if this road was going to open and let us travel down. And we actually got there to the Mac Clark Reserve, which everyone was kind of expecting, but I still had one more trick up my sleeve for everybody, and it was going to be a massive milestone for this trip, for what we've been through just to get here now. And it was a good drive. I liked it. Good drive. Now, I had an ulterior motive to get me here. Yes, the waddy trees are over there. They're 700-year-old trees, only grown in 3 places in the world, but whatever. The real reason I wanted to bring you here, it's not marked on any map. That yellow peg right there is the official Madigan start line peg. So we can all cheers to getting to the Madigan Line peg. Well done.
Madigan Line. Woohoo!
Yeah, good. It's got a little plaque on it and everything. Now from here, those pegs will take it all the way across the desert. Bang, Madigan Line. Madigan Line. You're actually on the Madigan Line.
There you go.
We made it.
Andrew Coria, back in 1993.
Water in the desert, still so much of it around, and hence what, it was hard to get access where we wanted to go. But if you just got off course slightly, this sort of thing happens. And Doug got proper stuck here on one side, and there was really no bottom to it. So We had to spend quite a bit of time getting him out of here with double winch pulls and stuff. There was a lot of load and sucked down into that mud. It happens easily when it's wet out there.
He's gone in, that's for sure. Like that bloke.
Happens to the best of us, mate, don't worry. Another little misadventure. Oh, it could be under a bit of load, look at that. I'm going to rethink this. I'm going to rethink it. I'm going to use a snatch block, winch ring. There is actually going to be a lot of load on this winch trying to get him up. So if we use that, double the power of the winch, it'll make the load, make it much easier. Yeah, so we're going to use one of these. The winch ring replaces the old snatch block. Definitely the way to go. I'm just going to run some line here.
I did say to Trent take the left side, but it's alright.
Oh, clearly it would have been much better.
Take one down that end. I just... I think we were being a little bit optimistic here, and a little bit of extra prep work was required. I was hoping we weren't going to lose Maxtrax deep in the mud and dig them out, but anyway, the first thing to do here is get some shovels, clear some mud out the front of the tyres, and set up for another go.
Guys and Maxtrax.
One under here, mate. One under...
What do you think of the winch? Is that, remember when we winched out my car? Remember that? It's similar to that, isn't it? Look at this, we've got Bruce, who's holding Fred.
Well, he's very, very stuck. And shoveling in there just goes wetter and softer. So I think the Maxtrax will just disappear into the mud. His anchor's going to be his anchor. His trailer's going to be a massive anchor. And it's going to be a lot of load on the winch. So I'm going to run 2 winches and an anchor. Use the anchor over there so I don't get pulled forward, which I will. And I might even double this back actually, so I'm running 2 pulleys. It's good sunnies. We've got these little tie down points here, but it'd be much better to go off the ones that are welded on the side rather than these loops. Stronger. Not very often use winches in the desert. So. One little tip when you're getting recovered is to have the vehicle that's stuck to slowly turn its wheels and come along with the winch. You don't want to plant your foot and just bury yourself more. And also, when you're using Maxtrax, particularly plastic ones, you don't want to spin the wheels too hard or you're going to burn the plastic lugs off and lose your grip. Which is why I really like the Maxtrax Extremes with the aluminium lugs on them. They're super tough and offer a lot of grip. But anyway, this one was pretty good and we were making progress. Another little tip is to slowly reverse when you're recovering a car. Just slowly, you don't want to bounce the winch, the ropes don't stretch, they don't like it, winches don't like it, but you can just ease back slowly and the other car will come out a whole lot easier. But be careful, but it's a good thing to keep up your sleeve. Works pretty good for us. Good work, Doug. Now we're going to go fix the bloody fossils car. That's another issue.
So he's pretty bumped, was he?
Oh, mate.
Had a crack.
I used 2 winches with pulleys and put Bruce Lewis's car on the back of mine as an anchor.
Hope we got some photographs.
But it was deep, mate, and that mud there was no bottom to it. It just sort of kept going there.
So was it on the road or?
So tell me, with getting bogged, was that like me, inexperience, or was it just too heavy a vehicle with a bit of an experience?
Oh no, it just didn't quite go high enough. So it was pretty soft when we went over, and a few cars went over, and then
like when we're four-wheel driving, there's more and more, and it just
Probably
gets
go the left side next time.
So just go wider around. I tried to stay right up flat on the bank, so I was trying to stay flat, but he ended up on the embankment and slid in. Well, thanks to Rod, the ex-Toyota dealership mechanic. He had the old GU Patrol fuel pump back up and running, and then shortly down the road we came across no road.
Tyre pressure.
Been washed away. We're on good road at this point, so the tyres were pretty hard, and as soon as we hit that soft sand we just went down. So a quick bit of tyre deflation and some Maxtrax and we were out of there.
Yeah, let your tyres down.
Try these nifty gadgets, eh? Here's the thing with Maxtrax, they work really, really well, but you should have one track per tyre. So a lot of people just carry two, and they might be towing a trailer, and they could have 6 wheels stuck. So, general rule, in my mind, is you want one for every wheel that you have. Better way to use Maxtrax is to stop you getting bogged. Like this, you left them on the ground, and you do this all the time. Washouts, muddy stuff, put them in before you go across. It just makes your life a lot easier and prevents you getting stuck. After we finally got to Finke, actually, no, we weren't even at Finke yet. We were heading towards Finke, and we'd had an eventful day already. Big recovery and breakdowns, and there was a lot more to come too. How's it going, Julie? Right in there, got the AC on, not too cold, is it? I'll shut this for you.
Thanks.
So don't get too cold, hot in there.
I'm just going to go forward until I feel the rope get tight, then I'm going to come back and we'll do the snatch, alright?
So this is a really good technique to know just how long the rope is and how much run up you're taking, because often if you just hook up and go, you're not really sure when it's going to pull tight. So getting that right really helps make the recovery better.
Mate, you ready? You start driving, but don't bury your foot. Just let the wheels turn slowly till you get traction. Right, you ready? Yep, go ahead.
No low ratio, that's the problem.
So much for an easy day, eh, boys?
Love it.
Huh? Just a quick trip up to Finke and then to the Chambers Pillar. Geez, we haven't even got to Finke yet. We've been winching, Maxtracking, snatching, mechanical fixes. Bloody hell. You're right though, the fuel shuts between what, 12 and 2. So by the time we get there, it'll be reopened. I can get me microwaved 4 and 20 sausage roll. What sort of delights are you going to get, Crawley, at the Finke Roadhouse?
The mud bars.
You probably get them
Nice
there.
coffee.
Probably get that there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to get a nice coffee too, actually. It's a good idea.
Yeah. I think that's the go.
Let's go there and get it. Incredibly, a super rare sight was to see that actual Finke River flowing. I think everyone was a bit gun shy here too after all the recent events, so no one was slowing down too much for this crossing, even though it was fairly solid. But what a sight, seeing the Finke in flow is just super, super rare. So very, very lucky to be up there and out there at this time. So green and so much water, amazing. And then this, a distress call on the radio. Big flood out country. We'd gone around the opposite side and gone past. We got a call that someone had tried going around the other side and got majorly stuck. So we turned around on a rescue mission and come back to help this poor bloke that had been stuck there for about 6 hours so far. So we stuck at this for a little bit. We had him out pretty quick. And then this happened. Not really. Not sure Ben had seen the cruiser actually stuck at this point. He'd just sitting there in his own little world. We still had this bloke stuck too. Man, we were not having a good day, and this actually took quite a couple of hours to get out. I mean, the cruiser was proper stuck there. Well, now that the other fella was almost out, the easiest way was to connect a kinetic rope to the patrol and snatch him out, and then take all the winch gear over to the cruiser to get that out. Now one bolt. Okay, now where were we? Oh yeah, that's right, back to the cruiser. You can see here one car had already driven around that tree where I was trying to go. But you know, once you break the surface on some of this stuff with so much water underneath, oof, you just go down. And man, we had a heck of a time getting the cruiser out of this spot. When you have lots of Maxtrax, you can even build Maxtrax roads. Helped us a lot here, but it was still a lot of work. I think the most we've had out is about 26 Maxtrax on Cape York. And with that Maxtrax road made out of about a dozen tracks, we were finally out. Then we had to recover them. And then, all smooth sailing for the rest of the day. That was the plan.
I just thought about this much and I thought, oh, I'll pick that up, it's come off, then I was going to attach.
Go girls.
Much heavier than yeah, I think part of that. It's a great one.
It's out.
Put it up
I've got a.
first.
I have got.
Exhaust check's good. Exhaust check's good. Oh, can you get this up? Get the jockey wheel out. If I can get this up and get the jockey wheel in, then we can get this stuff like standing on its own 2 feet at least. Okay, so we're heading to Chambers Pillar. We took this little back road, and next thing I just hear a massive bang from under the car and then the trailer dragging behind it.
Where did it snap off?
Oh, a couple of bolts. I'll have bolts to replace it. But, yeah. This probably won't take it. We'll probably just put this on your car, right?
Yeah, that's what I reckon.
Just put this on your car. Fuck it. I'm not giving up now.
Nah.
We're all here. We're not far. Maryvale's only about 3 k's, and the road's probably better. We just need beer though. This was a serious problem. Nearly the whole group had run out of beer.
Little chocks under the back wheel.
Yeah, we need the chocolate, eh?
Drop big rocks.
Well, as you lift it, it's going to push back. It's got to push back.
fall off that jack though as soon as it comes back.
Oh,
As soon as it comes back off that jack too. Where's it? You got that exhaust, Jack? See, the air jack would be good. If I get enough light under there, I can just stick the air jack under that, the A-frame. It's got the water tank back there and everything. It can hold a bit of weight, but yeah, that's what I was just thinking. We could just get it up enough to put the air jack under there, under the A-frame of the bloody trailer.
I might lower it down onto this log. Get the jacket back in under here then.
I'd only need the thing to go up a little bit, eh? And then I can put the jockey wheel in.
Yeah, correct. I'll just lower this back down.
Thing is, this air jack, yeah, lower it down. Let's watch that doesn't just fling out, mate, or the pressure should come off it. Might burst, you can try.
Stay clear.
You might need a couple of ribs. Hold on a bit. Ready? Hold on. Ready?
Whoa.
I'll get a jack after it.
Finally, after combining the ARB hydraulic high lift, which is absolutely awesome, so be careful with them, they're really good jack. The exhaust jack and this bottle jack here, we finally got the trailer back up and we hooked on another car and we had to concede. This was our last day and last night in the trip. We never made it to Chambers Pillar, but man, what it was a heck of a trip it was. Just amazing. That last day was just brutal though. So many breakdowns and bogs. Crazy. Amazing trip though. Big special thanks to all the guys and girls in the group who helped so much on this trip. Without that, it would have been even more difficult. So well done. Thanks a lot. It was absolutely awesome. Actually kind of the perfect fire, isn't it?
To end off a perfect adventurous tour.
What do you reckon we call it? Do we call it
The perfect
just like when we make the little video and just not going to be a blockbuster, so don't get too excited. Probably won't get famous out of it, but
Trench mystery tour.
the mystery could be the moon mystery tour or something. Or we all liking the mystery tour.
Well, we've nearly got a full moon.
You did say when we left that we weren't sure. We'll make it up as we go along, but and I said we're just got to be all prepared for the adventure.
We played true to that.
So we did. It was a
plenty of
adventure.
Sorry.
We started off easy though, on you.
Yeah, that's the mistake, Trent. Don't ever say it's going to be an easy day.
No, that's not helpful.
We'll say that every day. Maybe.
Yeah, then every day will get easier.
My biggest fear at the start of it was that it was going to be just too
boring.
Yeah, we didn't want it to be
Fix that today.
boring because if you sign yourselves up to do the Madigan Line or something, you obviously want a bit of adventure. You know, you don't want.
You don't
just
buy
go-
a T-van, just a bloody
Yeah, you
club
don't
like
have
picture of it.
these sort of
Or
vans.
a Patriot or a Odyssey.
Yeah, so I think on that note, I reckon we just tick that off. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Really happy that we got to the Madigan Line peg.
Yeah,
That was every day, like from morning to smoko to lunch to afternoon break to dinner, with milestones for us every day, like in the car. You know, like it was just changing so much. And for the first bit of the trip, a lot of people were like, "What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?" We all caught on in the end and stopped asking. Today was a doozy though, wasn't it?
Extra. Surely I've got stuck yesterday somewhere.
Did you get stuck yesterday, Doug?
no, someone who named Doug because you
They're all running in together. But
know.
all a blur. Trooper, you're stuck again.
I dug a bigger trench than you today, just quietly.
I think he was just trying to compete with you, Doug, alright? He just
Oh, I thought I can't have him up here. I gotta bury this thing proper. Oh yes. Don't speak too. No. Keep going. The whole thing, that scenery that we had, the East McDonalds and stuff, was just spectacular. And
Just been able to see it all green.
see it grand. Chambers Pillar. I guess so. A few of you's going to go there tomorrow.
Yeah.
So who's
That's a
heading
few
down there
yeses.
tomorrow?
Who's going?
Yeah.
Tim and Julie, you guys,
Most of
you
them?
guys,
Okay.
you guys.
I know you.
Well, you're so close.
Everyone
Yeah.
except you.
It's only 40 k's away, right?
If we get bogged, can we give you a call?
Yeah. You can call. I would be there in a flash, Patricia. I'd be there in a flash. To pull dugout. I'm there.
How far is it from here to the, like roughly?
50 k's,
Sorry.
50, 55
Okay.
k's.
And how long do you think it would take, given what type of tracks they are?
3 days.
3 hour history.
Today's right.
Oh, you won't. We won't be there, so you should be all right. Oh, you've all been great sports though, and that means a lot to us because you really made the trip. You made the trip doable anyway. You were flexible enough to jump on it at the last minute. So, you know, thanks for that. And thanks for trusting us and you know, trusting us to make it into a trip, even though there wasn't one at the start.
You were honest at the start too, don't forget, Trent. You were very honest about it. You said it'll be a mystery tour. We won't know and make it up as we go along.
We've seen no other tourers like us the whole trip. You see a couple on the main road. Hey?
Do you normally see other people?
Oh, you absolutely.
It's four-wheel drivers, not necessarily.
Yeah, we'll say tourers. I mean, four-wheel drivers like us, you know, decked out four-wheel drives, going to look for, you know, off-road tracks and get a bit remote. We haven't seen anyone. I don't recall seeing anyone. I'm not sure what I'm most, I think about the most. The blown up engine, or what was another bad thing? Oh yeah, the snap tow bar. Or yeah, the three bad things. The three major issues: blown up engine, snap tow bar, and running out of beer. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad form. Very bad management.
You can probably almost put that as a, like a little subtext.
I would pace myself perfectly until they ran out of beer.
You know, the
And that was the end of my supply.
And so people will laugh and they'll want to read
Because
on.
when it all goes to shit, at least if you got beers, it's a bit easier to handle.
Because when you first started, when all went pear-shaped, you said, oh, well, at least we've got beers. Didn't you?
I think
You know?
too much was more shit was going wrong.
And we were 10 days ago.
Yeah.
We caught you guys up in Mount Dare.
Yeah, we were worried that we wouldn't get there actually with the rain. So we sort of scoodle-doodle to it, didn't we?
And then the next morning, I got up, it was raining, I went and knocked on their van.
I think we were still in bed.
Yeah, I'm like, hello, excuse me. They're like, yeah, I'm like, pack your shit up, let's go.
Did you have none?
No, I said, you just got to trust me. Pack up, we're leaving.
And how long did you give them? Did you say we need to leave like now?
No, we left within an hour or so.
Yeah, but then, yeah.
We fit in a coffee.
Yeah.
I had to change a tyre.
Yeah.
I think anyone cared about lunch at that point. We were just trying to,
No, we
not to
don't
drown
have
our cars, eh, Joe?
Yeah.
have any,
Is there much video from that
Yeah.
experience?
lots of video.
Yeah, there's a bunch of video in there. Anyway,
You can all do all sorts of things in the edit suite. Troopy bogged, Trent bogged, troopy bogged. Rod's broken down, troopy bogged. Sorry, Doug.
That's all right. Big boy.
So it's really the three of you that have shared the load, really, haven't you?
the boggies, yeah, I'm just trying to think what's happened to everyone else.
I think you
Nothing.
you deserve the entertainment award of the group.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And you're still smiling and you're still like, oh yeah, no worries.
You were buried
We got a few
today.
things by house here with the troopy.
That was a good bury, that one.
Let's go all in.
He was pretty buried in there. You must have just slid off or something. didn't you?
Yeah,
Just
off the
walk.
peak, into the bush.
No, it was,
Yeah.
after everyone else had gone across, it
Oh,
was, I
great.
could see it was soft.
Yeah.
So you went through anyway?
Too late at that point.
What could go wrong?
Oh, I looked at it, and there was a bush. I don't know whether you saw, there was a bush almost right beside
Yeah,
it.
saw that.
And
Yeah.
I guess I had that half a thought that I probably shouldn't do that, and I'll just stick with the tracks because everyone's gone through it.
John and Tess, you guys have been awesome, and your young family, and that's great to see young crew, you know, out doing it with the family. Like I was young, I was only a couple of years old when I first started doing it, and there's no reason you can't. You know, I think I don't have kids, but you see them adapt. They seem to adapt all right, and good on you, mate. Yeah, the kids have been no worries, mate.
I appreciate everyone's patience. And
Bruce and Deb, I look forward to seeing you guys in a month or so.
Yeah, lucky.
We got a mechanic?
There's no
Can we borrow your tools?
Got it right with a little toolkit.
Yeah, I've seen you break it. You're pretty excited to get that out, man.
Yeah, I got it out more often than I thought I was going to.
Need a bit of work.
Tim and Julie, you guys have been great too. Thank you. And well done on that walk. I thought that was awesome.
That was amazing.
Yeah. I like Tim's witty comment, dry sense of humour and his witty comments. Shane and Sue, thank you as well. You guys have been great. Really good, just super cruisy. I guess that's a Patriot thing.
I can't grow a beard like
Just the cool cats in their Patriot. Yeah, Rod and Lisa, of course, yeah, thank you very much for the Jacks.
That was another excuse to just buy more. You do know that. He just wanted those for his trip. He's got
That
heaps.
was awesome. You all did good too with the driving and stuff, so well done. Thank you so much, and really for trusting us to take you on the journey. So, anyway, next adventure awaits, I suppose, so enjoy the rest of your travels. And
And we're going to come on another one because we haven't had a campfire dessert.
Yeah, I'll come back to you ASAP on the Madigan thing next year, but we'll make it work. One way or another, we'll make a plan, as they say.
Thank you.
But thank you guys.
Thanks, Freddie. Thanks, mate.
It's been nice.
And somehow some stacks all at once.
I get the feeling,